Have you ever had a situation where you show up as yourself and you give it your all and you're like, yeah, I just killed it. It could have been a business presentation. It could have been maybe on a first date or whatever it may be. You just feel so confident in yourself that what you just did was a success, only to find out that it was the exact opposite. What's up, my friends? This is Cletus Coffey, the founder of Be the Torch and BeTheTorch.com. Hey, look, I have been in this situation more times than I can count. I'll tell you about one in particular that came into my life about 3-4 years ago. This is actually right around the pandemic time when an organization, it was a startup that decided with the evolution of us doing stuff virtually, that they would help organizations with their personal and professional development by offering trainings and teachings by thought leaders and authors and motivational folks and leadership trainers to help support their teams virtually on an ongoing basis. So I was invited to participate. And in the process, we had to have a couple of introductory meetings. Really, what do I talk about? What is my process like? What is my content? And so everything was looking great, totally on board, a great fit. And then what they wanted me to do was a trial, just a little test, basically to take a 60-minute-ish presentation and knock it down to about 20 minutes to present to some potential clients, really just to see what they thought of it. So I got my PowerPoint presentation. I do my 20-minute presentation, and it's a whirlwind. I tried to condense as much as I could into a short period of time, and I'm very interactive online. We're doing breakout rooms. I'm getting the community, those that are listening online, involved. I'm done with it, slam dunk. And this is an opportunity where, depending on the client, for a 60-minute presentation, we're talking about $1,500 to $4,000 per presentation, somewhere in their price range. And it varied on what their needs were. So this would have been at that time, a real nice revenue opportunity for me. And they did a survey at the very end of my presentation to the participants, and I got a low grade. And it was challenging for me. Like, I really wanted to do this. And at the time, I really could have used the revenue, and yet it didn't happen. And so I broke away. I went down to Southern California, went to visit a friend of mine. And I just remember sitting on the beach, and we're tossing this back and forth. And I'm pissed that I didn't get this. What just it's gushing out of me, just how frustrated it was and angry that it just didn't happen. And what I know now is, first and foremost, there's a reason why I didn't get it. First, it just wasn't meant to be. And I was not the person capable of being able to deliver what they were looking for. And the other thing is that the second part of it is frequency. I just wasn't in alignment with what their needs are, what their customers were looking for. And so it's very easy in situations like that, which I went through, to say, well, what's wrong with me? Man, I'm not good enough. How could I have been better? Believe me, I had seen various other presenters, and I sat through some of their testing, and there's no doubt I would have been a fantastic asset to their organization and for their customers. Yet it was out of alignment. The frequency, the energy that I'm giving off, right? The frequency was out of alignment with this organization and with their customers. And so it's not that it was me. I mean, it was me, yes. And yet it's not that there's anything wrong with me. It was simply, we're just out of alignment. So one of two things happened. Well, that was one of the things that happened when the frequency was off. The second thing that happened was I was not clear. There are 5 C's that I talk about constantly. Now let's see: clarity, conviction, commitment, consistency, and certainty. And the number 1 C in there is clarity. I was not clear. I just spewed a bunch of information and content and just with a ton of energy. Yet the frequency was off because I was not clear. Now, and I don't necessarily mean, yes, I was not clear in communicating to them, maybe the benefits, how I could best support them. But most importantly, I was not clear with myself. So if we are not clear with ourselves, we're not going to come across as clear. And people make decisions based on clarity. And they were not clear because I was not clear. And it's absolutely right. I had all these ideas and I took this big old process and I jammed it into 20 minutes. And just even my whole presentation was just a jumbled mishmash of me just trying to throw something at the wall to see if it would stick, because I had not done the work to get clear on who I really am and what frequency I wanted to align with, who I wanted to attract, and who I could best benefit. So, who I really was, where I'm currently at this current moment, who I could truly impact. I was not clear. And when we're not clear with ourselves, that's the frequency that you give off, that energy. And people don't vibe with it. They're like, well, hold on a second. I'm looking for this level of information and you're giving me something completely different. You're passionate, you're exciting, you've got great energy, you present well, but it's just out of alignment. So the next time you get turned down, and this relates to dating, you may come across as you showed up as you, and the date's like, hey, it's not for me. Or they ghost you, unfortunately. And you're going, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. You got to get clear on who you are, that you show up and attract the right people who are in alignment with your frequency. So you can have a good date. You can have a good business opportunity. You can present to a group that can hear you and connect with you and resonate. It's about resonance, to create a frequency that creates resonance. People will resonate with what you're saying. So clarity, conviction, commitment, consistency, certainty. I'm not going to get into the 5 C's here, except for that first one. You got to have clarity with yourself. Get to the truth about where you are currently at, who you really are, so you can start showing up and giving off the energy that's going to attract the right people that you can either be in a relationship with, you can work with, you can help support in some form or fashion. Frequency is where it's at. So my friends, if I can help you grow, and develop the energy and give off the frequency that's going to attract the right business opportunities, the right life opportunities, whether it's relationships, the right health, help support you in all areas of life, please go to bethetorch.com. Send me a message. I would love to connect with you and be able to support you in growing that confidence, being resourceful, so you can create a life that your business can fit into. That's the key here, my friends. This is not about building a business and then we'll see. If I can just make this is the way I used to think. If I can make a ton of money, then that'll handle my relationship issues. That'll give me the free time to take care of my health. That'll free me up to spend more time with my children. It doesn't work that way. And yet we've not been taught that. That's what we've been taught. It's just work hard, hustle, grind, create that business, and then everything will be okay. Doesn't work that way. Let's build a life, first and foremost, that your business can fit into. That way you can have the psychology, the right mindset, the physiology, the body that you truly desire, that's fit, that's healthy, that's ripped or fit and lean and rocking, whatever vibes for you. You can have the profits that you want, make the money that is in alignment with the lifestyle that you have, the people and the relationships that are important to you in your life. And then most importantly, the presence, your connection to a higher power that is going to be your teammate and creating and thriving in all areas of life. BeTheTorch.com. Would love to connect with you and be able to support you on this journey. Let's build a life that your business can fit into.